How's it going, guys? It's been a minute. As the title describes, I've been enrolled in a boot camp during this whole quarantine thing, and it's actually been really fun. So I figured I would give a little bit of background on it, and hopefully it'll help somebody else maybe want to sign up for it once this is all over. Or if there's any that are coming up, give you a little bit of perspective of what I've been doing. So I'll say I'm not going to mention what camp it is. I'm not going to mention the price or anything like that because I really don't think it's relevant. I think most people kind of already have an opinion on boot camps. You either think that self-trained is better and you just need a little bit of discipline. I did not have. Or boot camps are great and you had a positive experience. Mine is credible, so I definitely felt it was worth investing in. Now, the key thing about mine is I imagined I'd be going there, like going to class, and no, I've been doing it 100% online, and I think it's made it like a lot better. Personally, I don't necessarily need that one-on-one interaction. What interaction we are given through Zoom has been pretty damn great. Our professor and TA will stay before or stay after class, come in before class. Any questions, you can Slack them. We can share screens. Like it feels just as good as if they were looking over my shoulder and just basically typing it for me. I guess if anything, it kind of makes you have to try a little bit harder because there's nobody but yourself to actually do it. So like I said, I'm on week 3, and a little bit of background on the course. It is a full stack developer course. It's a 6-month program, 3 classes a week for about 10 hours altogether. And the outcome is this is one of the ones that doesn't guarantee you a job. It is one that works through a university. So the university has a career services that also help. That career services is separate from the program in itself, but you can still go to them. They're still trying to help you and everything like that. But it requires just a little bit more you going to do it rather than them trying to bring the people to you. Background on myself, I tried to teach myself coding and all that other good stuff for going on like 2 years now. I mainly focused on front end stuff. So, your HTML, your CSS, JavaScript, React, Bootstrap, whatever. I touched on it and I got through the tutorial, but I was stuck in tutorial hell, if I'm being honest. I have books and I can clearly look at something and understand it. But when it's like, oh, go and design this, go and build this, go and see this, I just got stuck. I would do it for a while and I would be very much into it and like, dude, I got this. This is like what programmers feel like. This is the life. I can't wait till I'm doing this. And actually, I had 2 clients in the past year who I built their websites for them. They're still functional websites at this day. One of them I built through Squarespace though, so I don't really think that counts too much. But the other one I built through WordPress. So I even have experience talking to people, gauging them of what they want in a website and building it. I'm also a photographer, so some of the first site that I built, I actually went to the place, which it was a daycare, and I took pictures of their stuff, and I incorporated that into the website. And then the lady who I designed it for, she already had a logo, so I didn't have to go that far into it. She provided me with the logo, but the whole site, everything, like I made it all and then transferred it to her, and she was the upkeeper now. And I've gotten a few messages afterwards like, hey, what's going on with this? Can you help me with this? Mind you, because I'm like, not as experienced, I just did it. Like whatever they asked for, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll totally do it. Even though the job was done and I probably could have asked for money, I was like, it's still, I'm building up a portfolio. I'm getting the experience. So I just need to get as much work as possible. But I had been looking for something like this. I had honestly thought I needed the structure and the, being held accountable for something else. Mind you, that's financial. I'm not going to tell you how much it is, but, I'm not going to spend that amount of money and let it go to waste. I needed that pressure to hopefully succeed in the end. And so far throughout this program, I think having that previous experience and the studying and the trying on my own has really helped during the program. At all points in time, I always have felt a little bit ahead of the game as far as the work that we've been doing. Everything that we touch on, I'm like, even some of the stuff, like we just got into JavaScript. And I'll give you just a bit of the structure so far. And I don't remember the entirety, but it started HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Now we're getting into JavaScript. That's 3 weeks in. So you got maybe a class and a half for each subject, and then you have projects and everything like that. We've had 2 homework assignments. You have just activities throughout the class because every class is around 2 to 3 hours. So we'll go over a topic and then we'll do something, go over a topic and then do something. And so far, every time we've had to do something, I'm able to pick it up. So I truly think this has been helpful and keeping me learning and keeping me doing, which is the most important part about programming. It's not so much learning. I mean, I don't know how many times I see it. It's just doing, continue doing. And so I've had to continue doing. My GitHub profile at least has every other day, except for I think there was like a lure of like the second week, maybe it was like 4 days or something, just because one of the repositories I created, for some reason I couldn't push back and I couldn't figure out what. So I just said, forget it. You know, I'm not in the mood to push whatever work I did. It's not that important. It's in a private repository anyways. Like, so I just moved on. But anyways, I've been consistently working. And so I'm retaining this knowledge really well. So the bootcamp is absolutely helping. I don't have mentors or anything like that, but I have people who I follow, and I see their structure of how they see, you know, getting into this industry is, getting into this field is, and I really do think I'm on the right path. Personally, I don't necessarily think at the end I'm gonna want to be a full stack developer because I like front end. I love the design aspect as well as the building aspect, but so far I just don't think I'm gonna want to do all the stuff in the back end. Who knows? It might change. We might get to, you know, MySQL or something, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I love this because my dad's a DBA actually. So honestly, I look forward to possibly having conversations with him and me actually understanding what his job is, and maybe I will like it enough to want to go into full stack development. But for right now, I really just want to get front end done. This whole quarantine though has actually made this like so much better. Now it sucks. It really does. I'm I'm okay being by myself for the most part. I mean, I'm not even by myself. I have a roommate, so I don't have to sit by myself at all points in time. But as far as like not having to drive to work, not having to, you know, drive at all for the most part outside of groceries, this has been fantastic. And it saved me so much time because for my job I had like a 2 hour commute. So, you know, that's a lot. 2 hours daily. That is why I don't feel I was really able to progress in coding. It's because I just didn't have the time. I was out of the house at least 12 hours a day, and while I'm at work, I can't really be studying and practicing as much as I would like. I do some stuff during lunch when I can, and if I had those energies, you know, those days traffic wasn't too bad, or a Friday night, I might get some stuff done. But I really didn't have enough time to be as consistent as I wanted, like I do now. This quarantine came at a very opportune time, I will say, for me. I am one of the fortunate ones who is still able to retain my job as well as get into this program. So while I'm sitting at home working and everything like that, I'm now saving on commute time that I'm able to put into outside work or outside hustles. So I'm one of those people who will come out of this quarantine with a side hustle, if not a new job in general. Now, my goal, I don't really want to work for companies. There's Everybody has their own personally, I would like to do 100% freelance. That would ideally be my goal. Is I get my own clients, I work on their stuff when I want to, and that's it. I will run my own business in a sense. I don't like the idea. I've worked for a company, a really good company, for like 3 years now. I have no complaints about the company outside of, you know, your normal day to day. I don't like dealing with certain problems or certain people. That's just the norm of working for a company and everything like that. But I can't overall say I have a lot of complaints about where I work. It's one of the better companies in my city. But I still don't, after this, want to go back to working for somebody else. I would love the idea of to come out of this working for myself, which is why I'm doing things like this, making YouTube videos to help other people and grow this potentially as a, you know, stream of income. I also stream on Twitch. I also do photography. I have a lot of things that I'm trying to do all at once to eventually make myself self-sufficient. And I think this boot camp for me ended up being one of like the pillars or like one of the pivotal moments that will like help get that forward. If you are thinking about a boot camp, or you are thinking about some sort of, back to school method or anything like that, I would 100% say now would be the time. If you have the ability right now to go back to school, now would be the time. If you're not considered an essential worker and you have this now newfound new life balance to where you have the free time to do stuff, I'm with those people who say you should be using it to learn some sort of skill, to get better in some way, shape, or form, so you don't come out of this in the exact same position. Unless, the position you were in was great to begin with, well then yeah, of course. Who cares? But if you wanted something more, if there's some sort of hobby or some sort of thing that you have been wanting to do, but I just don't have the time, I have to work and I have to do this. Now, you have the time whether you want it or not. So I got lucky in this boot camp. I signed up before this all even popped off. And so now, yeah, I'm going to come out of this on the better end, I feel. I even have so much free time to play Animal Crossing, which feels so good to be able to just play games where I can't afford my debt, because in real life I cannot. I want to come out of this better, and I hope other people are doing the exact same. I really hope. Already I've seen this has been like the most creative time frame with how much people are doing. Bootcamp itself has been fantastic. Even if they say they don't guarantee a job, I honestly think they basically, if you're really working, if you're really putting it into the bootcamp, you're going to get in what you get out, and you should get a job. I feel like, I'll say it right now, post it on Twitter, I will have a job as a either front-end developer, or depending on if I really enjoy it, a full stack developer once this program is over in, I think, September is when it ends. We'll say that right now. So to anybody else, do the same. Get into something, try something, learn something, come out of this better than you went into it. And with that, I will end it. Hopefully I'll do more videos on other subjects later. I kind of want to do funny stuff. Who knows? We'll see. But if you like this video and you actually want to know more about the bootcamp, let me know. Comment, subscribe, like, and I'll see you on the next video.